India has been Afghanistan's adopted home for a while now, but even the Afghans are now thinking that they would never visit Greater Noida again. I'm not saying the whole of India, but at least as far as Greater Noida Stadium is concerned, they are not coming back. And I'm not saying that, it's an ACB official who has actually said that it's a mess. He has said that it's a mess. So what happens, Adan? Can you please enlighten our viewers?
I think they already must be knowing. भैया 2 दिन हो गए, 2 दिन में 0-0 गेम.
टॉस ही नहीं हुआ.
टॉस ही नहीं हुआ. मतलब इतनी तो बारिश भी नहीं हुई भाई.
The problem here is, Siddhant, it's not raining.
By the way, we are in Delhi. We are in Delhi right now, and I stay in Noida. And yesterday when I went back home, I said, "There's not enough rain, for a game or a day to be called off."
So I'll tell you what happened exactly. There was overnight rain on Sunday. It didn't rain on Monday at all. There was bright sunshine. Players thought that the match would start anytime now, but it never started. They thought the players thought that it might start on day 2, but the day 2 has also been abandoned without a ball.
So they said there's overnight rain. Okay, I stay in Noida. I did not see any rain near my house at least. So must have happened in Greater Noida to an extent, little bit perhaps. But उसमें भी भाई game नहीं हो पाया. I can't understand because it wasn't raining all through the day. Okay, it must have rained overnight. Whatever little rain must have happened, and yet, the facility was the ground condition is so poor. Clearly, they were trying. I saw images of them picking up grass from a separate area inside the stadium premises and putting that grass to dry up the surface because it was so greasy. It was
my
so
point
wet.
Is, Siddhant, let alone modern facilities. I'll tell you what exactly happened and how these ground staff actually tried to prepare the ground.
Dryer लेके चल जाना चाहिए था भी.
Forget dryers. They use table fans. They use table fans in order to dry the pitch. That was in vain. Trust me.
Perhaps they should have called a helicopter like Pakistan did, during PSL.
Let's not talk about Pakistan and
helicopter. Yeah.
Let's not talk about Pakistan.
Let's not remember. Sri Lankan fans will not be happy.
Okay, and apart from the table fans, the Super Stopper that came into being only after 1 p.m. on day 1. The test match was about to start in the morning, but there was no sign of the Super Stoppers. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Forget about modern facilities. Ye general stuff hai matches mein.
But also, there are 2 international teams. It's not even a first class match, not even a club cricket.
New Zealand is here for
New Zealand versus Afghanistan. 2 big teams in world cricket right now playing a test match, international cricket happening, and such was the condition. As Indians, actually, we got to say this, horrible, man.
It's horrible. The fans were also complaining that there wasn't adequate seating arrangement. The media people were complaining that there were no arrangements.
No, but
what was happening?
Forget the hospitality. I am saying at least the playing conditions should be good enough for a game to happen, right? For 2 days where not even enough rain has fallen. They must have put covers in place, whatever they must have done. It can't be like for 2 days there's been no game possible. And now, there are 3 days left. I think both teams will be like, agar kal bhi nahi hota hai, because it might rain today evening again. And then they'll be like, let's just shake our hands and say, we don't want to play.
Now, the problem here is that
they will have to play.
Let's get one thing clear over here, that this isn't a BCCI affiliated match. This has been affiliated by the ICC, and BCCI doesn't have any role to play in this test match. And just going by the history of this ground now, I'll tell you why BCCI isn't putting their hands in this match. So
I think even if BCCI was involved in something, they're like, "Bhai, naam kaato, mara naam kaato." Like we cannot be party to this thing that's happening in Greater Noida.
So in 2016, this ground actually hosted a domestic match for the BCCI.
Okay.
And after that, in 2017, BCCI actually banned this ground and said that no more matches will be hosted there. And BCCI hasn't hosted any match till now. And the reason was because there was fixing in a corporate league over at this ground, and the officials were involved.
This is a crazy episode. And okay, that ground, I'm sure the matches might have been fixed or something, but the ground conditions could not have been altered in some manner. Like the problem here is the ground conditions. Okay, let me give you an example. I stay in Noida. There are so many cricket grounds in Noida, okay, around where I stay. Even if it rains in the night, I can still go and play at least in the afternoon there. Those grounds, those क्या कहते हैं वो local grounds, वो एकदम गली के किनारे वाले grounds, which are decent sized like a cricket ground only, but not an international ground. Those dry up far easily and like far quickly than
And
what.
with sun shining bright.
No, but it's just ridiculous. I can't even comprehend the fact that for 2 days we haven't seen any cricket happening.
Surprising.
How could it be so bad?
So I'll quickly read out the official statement, not the official statement, but then the quote which an ACB official has given. So here is what he says. He said, "This is a huge mess. We are never coming back here. The players are also unhappy with the facilities here. We had spoken with the concerned people well in advance and were assured by the stadium guys that everything will be in order." That's the statement which an ACB official has given. So imagine their plea. Imagine what they are going through. Afghanistan was here practicing for this match. Yes, it is not part of the World Test Championship because Afghanistan do not qualify for that, even if they are full member nations. But then they were practicing for it, right?
It is still an
A test
important
match
game.
is a test match. It was an ICC official match, and there were no arrangements.
No arrangements. You see, like even the official, the official announcement that came before calling of the game. So Parvez Maroof, on the host broadcast, I think so said that according to the umpires, there has been a lot of improvement, but not enough to get some play. Clearly, if there is no rain today, then I genuinely believe we will have some play tomorrow. भाई मतलब थोड़ी बारिश हो गई फिर
Son, my point here is
फिर नहीं खेलेंगे.
Tell
But
me
they also
something.
washed out.
Tell me something.
They will do it like that England South Africa. You remember no play possible for a number of days, and then like first innings खत्म करते हैं, second innings से शुरू करते हैं, and
you remember how ODIs came into being?
Hansi Kroniev was called out for that fixing debacle. If you guys remember that.
You remember how ODI cricket came into being? There was rain, and they finally thought that let's play a 60 over a side contest, and it was a huge success, and that's how ODI cricket came into being. But then
अब तो सब फॉर्मेट है यार, मतलब यहाँ तो
अब T10 के बाद क्या बनाओगे?
मतलब नहीं यहाँ बनाएंगे क्या? My point is that
टॉस तो करा लो,
खेल भी पाएंगे या नहीं खेल पाएंगे?
टॉस करा के तो देख लो क्या होता है.
But I'm sorry to say, if you are in international ground, I'm sure they'll get a very poor rating from ICC and the match referee and the umpires.
Siddhant, there's the thing, it's not even an international ground. It doesn't even come under UP Cricket Association, let alone the BCCI.
No, but it has to be an international cricket ground because they're playing international cricket there.
International ground without international facilities. Wow.
International facilities तो है ही नहीं. Even a club cricket ground or even a local ground has better facilities because after only little bit of rain, at least those grounds dry enough quickly for us to play those corporate matches.
Yeah,
man. So it's surprising and it shows bad on India's part. Anybody looking at this will be like, "Bhai, India में क्या बेकार facility थी भाई," and that's bad. That's bad.
That's really bad.
Anyway, on that note, let's hope that there'll be some game. At least the toss.
I just want someone from the BCCI to watch this and take a closer look. And please, Mr. Rajesh Shukla ji, do something. Do something. Please intervene.
UP cricket के तो वही है करता धरता तो. Let's hope and see what happens now. But hopefully, at least for those locals also who are coming to watch the game, at least some play should happen over the next 3 days. That's the hope.
Yeah.